the retailer's view, and I have to confess that I did spend almost 20 years on the landlord side of the fence before I joined John Lewis 8 years ago. So I come at it from both perspectives, hopefully, and maybe a bit of balance in the middle, you never know. Who'd be a retailer today? Times are hard, and we're not just saying it because you think it might be. The reality is it is. The consumer boom is over, and we sense it's going to be over for quite some time to come. The next 10 years look pretty tough. We're probably heading into, if not a perfect storm, then very, very choppy water with unprecedented pressure on real disposable income, combination not just of the recession but impending pressure from rising interest rates, if not actual through the Bank of England, then real courtesy of banks themselves, and the lurking threat of inflation continuing to put pressure on people's disposable income. Combined with that, retailers are facing the most remarkable shift in the dynamics within the industry, driven by the internet and the real march of online retail, which has, I think, spectacularly gained traction over the last few years. And one of the big debates in our business, and I'm sure in most of yours, whether you're retail or property, is where will it go? What will the balance be? What will the mix look like? At the moment, it's probably circa 10% for the industry as a whole. It's probably nearer 20% in John Lewis at the moment. And our assessment is that could double by the end of the decade. The flip side of that, looking on the bright side, is that 60% of sales will still be done in store. And it really is about the relationship between the different channels, which is the key for retailers to crack and for landlords and property companies to understand. So we have three key areas of focus at the moment. One is the importance and influence of technology and how we harness it to ensure that we give our customers the best possible service 24/7. Secondly, then understanding those consumers better and their changing needs, their changing behaviours, and trying to anticipate where that's going to go next. Over the last few years, we've had some surprises already. Probably the biggest surprise. As we were developing our online business, we were assuming, facing into the fulfilment challenge, that our customers would want product delivered to home, being the day but within an hour. And then we discovered that no matter how sophisticated it was, they'd actually prefer to go to the shop and pick it up at a time that suited them. Constantly monitoring that is a challenge, as others have said before, but monitoring we have to understand the dynamic, critical, stats can lie, so getting beneath the skin of that critical. And that in turn informs how the role of us as a retailer will evolve over time. The advent of mobile is going to spectacularly speed up the whole thing. We're starting to see it, I'm sure a number of you in the room are starting to see it. In the last 12 months, it's changed what we felt was a fairly sophisticated multi-channel operation with shops, online, and catalogue and telephone call centres. But mobile's changed that completely, and the balance with which people interact with us is changing very rapidly. So we've moved from what we think is a multi-channel business into what we're calling an omni-channel business, and it is all about the consumer. And however they want to interact with us, from the start of the interaction, whether that's by walking into a shop, or clicking online, or phoning up the call centre, we have to be ready to then work with that customer in a seamless way to ensure that they get the product they're looking for, the service they're looking for around that, and the support after them. Click and collect is making up a significant proportion of the market, and I think is a critical part of the glue between what we used to call multi-channel, between the online sales capability and the in-store capability. We are seeing a remarkable level of our online sales being fulfilled through click and collect, and that in turn is driving significant additional sales when customers visit shop. And that's key for us, how to harness the leverage that comes with that and get additional sales and additional profitability. Largely because our store model is to flex online and there to recognise that it's services will be critical. And a lot of money, it takes a lot of money, but ultimately it's rewarded long-term from customers and satisfying ratings better year after year. The question is, come and how do you from those services originating with a range of level partners that it's okay to use the internet services around that. So we're running in 2 or 3 shops at the moment. There is a link to provide leading to a new emerging, we believe. Flagship shops will continue to be important. Satellite shops provide great convenience and online. Population from 37 about survival of survival of communities. They're in a rapid increasing how we work in that environment. The more that can work out the higher will be to manage again, and I think retail places and therefore property. But fundamentally, all human beings interact. The case for places and therefore for property. But fundamentally, we are all human beings who enjoy social interaction and are inspired by great places and great environments and great shops, and we don't see that trend going away. So fundamentally, we do believe that shops have a role to play going forward in retail. It's all about making them ever more engaging. The customer really is king. Thank you.